let's put it this way, anytime you are engaged in one pointed concentration, sense desires have no room. They can't develop in that environment because they need your mind to be active. It needs, just think of it in terms of a fantasy. Our minds run amok in those. We think of all these different scenarios, etc. There's no clarity in that. But when you are focused on your elixir field, and if you are focused on it, there's no room for extraneous. Yeah, it can enter in, of course. Anytime you're meditating, you could be that close to experiencing, the Tao, so to speak. And in an instant, you can be over at Arby's eating a chicken sandwich. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, our minds are capable of making that switch. And that's what we're on guard about. But the more that you do this focus, whether you're meditating or not, sensing your internal, this lower dantian, it takes away sense desires. They don't have room to develop in that. They don't get the energy, let's put it that way, to develop, because you put your mind somewhere else. And when we say mind, it's actually saying your spirit. Our spirit gets affected because we're always using our eyes to look out at things. We're using our ears to hear things outside, our nose to smell things, our mouth to taste, etc., our hands to touch. Everything's external. But when you talk about being one pointed in this concentration on your lower elixir field, your dantian, that's internal. And when you start focusing there, those sense desires can't get out. They don't have room to run amok for you. So hopefully that answered your question.
That's very good. Thank you.
To bring a little bit of neuroscience into that, if I may.
You may.
So the reason why focusing on your dantian works is because the vagal nerve, or the vagal pathways that travel from your gut to your limbic system, which is the fight, flight, or freeze part of your brain, when you're focusing on your dantian, you're activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which is calming you down. And it allows your brain to not be so active. So even though the Taoists knew this thousands of years ago, neuroscience is now discovering that there's another part of the parasympathetic nervous system which we can calm down simply by breathing.